Maestro music.
The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 and don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-grind them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing to it. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O.
What's up? What's going on, everybody? TGIF. It is Friday. We are up. We are at it. We're doing our thing. We're getting ready to get into this market. We're getting ready to get into some stuff that's going to happen today. Some big stuff going to happen today that's going to drive this market up or it's going to drive it down. Got a lot of stuff going on today, but hey, the markets themselves look absolutely phenomenal. They look absolutely strong. They look like they're holding on. And that's all you can really ask in this particular part of the market is that they hold on, right? And they definitely are holding on. Got some articles today that we're going to go over. We're going to look and kind of try to get a glimpse into what's coming at us in the future, where we're headed, what's all that stuff that's going on. But more importantly, it's Friday, guys. It is TGIF. It is Friday. We're up. We're at it. We're doing our thing. We're over here. Just trying to get a glimpse of what is going on and how this market is actually getting ready to move one way or the other. And that's all we can do this early in the morning because you were just trying to predict out what's going to happen, right? So, but boy, what a TGIF it is, guys, man. It's definitely a Friday. Love Fridays, man. Love Fridays because we can start to get set up for the weekend. We start to look and see how is the crypto market going to act over the weekend? How's the stock market going to close? All that good stuff. So definitely, let's go ahead. Let's get right in. Let's get right after it this morning. As you guys know, it's payroll for me on Friday too. So got to get in, got to get after it. Got to get to payroll on my regular job. So definitely loving that. So let's get in. Let's get right after this thing. All right. So the Asian markets, right? They closed not so great. They didn't look great. But there's hope here, right? We usually look at the Asian markets and we say to ourselves, where are we going? What are we doing? How did they close? They didn't close great. They didn't look that good. But then you come over here to the European markets. They woke up this morning earlier than the United States markets. They started trading. They started trading pretty strong, right? They started trading pretty good. Definitely looks good, trading good. Everything seems to be going well over there in the European markets. So that gives you hope for when the American markets wake up and they start to trade as well, right? A lot of them go off of what these European markets do and how they open and how they start to trade. So definitely like where the European markets are right now. And then we got the United States markets. And as you guys can see, they look very good. They look very good. RJ, yeah, go Jazz me, baby. Good morning, RJ. How are you, brother? How are you, brother? You back on the East Coast? You back up north or you still down south? But the American pre-markets, they look really good today. What do we got coming at us this morning? We got everybody's anticipating the speech by Powell today in Jackson Hole, and whether he's going to come off dovish or hawkish. I think he's going to come off dovish. I think he's going to really set the tone for the rate cuts that are coming in September. They're going to start. Everybody's talking 50 basis points, maybe 25 basis points. I think we're going to get I think we're going to get 25 basis points, and I think we're going to get a series of 25 basis point cuts. I think that I think we're going to get 3 to 4 25 basis points cuts back to back to back. I think that that's how this thing's going to roll. I do think that the United States is behind a little bit on cutting these interest rates. Other countries have been cutting them a little bit ahead of the United States. I think the United States is a little bit behind. So I think they have to kick in this series. And I do think it's better for us to get a series of 25 basis point cuts rather than it is to go 50, 50, 25. I think 25, 25, and 25 3 to 4 times this year is going to be good. All right. Okay. All right. RJ been up north for a minute, man. It's cold over here, RJ. Cold over here, brother. But I think we're going to get a series of 25 basis point cuts all the way through, the end of the year. I don't think that Ken, what's going on? Good morning from across the pond, brother. I think that we're going to get that series of 25 basis point cuts all the way through the end of the year. And I think that's a better plan rather than just coming in with one big rate cut and then moving to 25 basis points. I think the series is better. I'm about 45, 50 here, RJ. A little chilly in the mornings, man. Hunting season. Yeah, it is hunting season, baby. Getting ready for deer season around here too. We got IBIT looking at $34 and $34.35 right now. As it closed yesterday. So we'll see where this goes today. Bitcoin went on a nice little run, and we'll get into crypto here in a minute. But next week, guys, is a huge week here. NVIDIA reports, and they're going to set the tone for the rest of the AI stock, the rest of the big tech markets, really. They're going to set the tone. NVIDIA's report next week is going to be absolutely huge. If they meet expectations, you're going to see all the top tier stocks take off. If they don't meet expectations, you'll see a big dump in the market. So NVIDIA's, in my opinion, NVIDIA's report next week is probably as big, if not bigger, than the CFTC reports and the inflation data reports. I think NVIDIA's quarterly report is that big. It's that big. But we are definitely waiting on Powell today to come out and hear what he's got to say today. So as you guys can see, we got the close of IBIT at 34.35. We talked about that, but right now it's sitting at 34.70. Looks like it wants to go up. It wants to run in the aftermarket trading, which is great for Bitcoin, right? Because that means you're getting some inflows into Bitcoin that should drive the price up, right? So market cap continues to kind of slowly creep up, sitting at $2.17 trillion. Is slowly starting to creep up, ever so slightly. We're still sitting at 48 on the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, sitting at neutral, which is right about where we should be. So all that stuff kind of lines up, and we'll see what's up here. But that market cap can continually, it's slowly starting to creep up. No big movements there. It's just a slow grind, and that's kind of what you want to see, is this slow, steady grind. That's where you want to be. That's what you want to see. What's up, Selmo, my brother? Good morning. You want to see this slow market cap increase over time. You don't want to see a big, huge influx into the market cap. Yes, it'll drive the price up. Yes, it'll look good. Yes, people will be able to take profits at that point, but it'll be unsustainable. So you want to see this slow grind to the top. Right now, you got Bitcoin sitting at 61,000. Crack that 61,000 mark. which is great for Bitcoin. Definitely great for Bitcoin. 62 is what we've been talking about on this channel for a couple weeks right now. Bitcoin's really struggling to get over that $62,000 market cap right now. Just because of the market cap is crypto in general. Bitcoin's really struggling at that 62,000 mark. Junior, what's going on? Good morning, my brother. Good morning. So yeah, Bitcoin at 62,000. That is the level right there where Bitcoin seems to be having problems. So we'll see what happens today as Powell starts to talk. Will we get to that 62 level? Will we be able to break it? Hold on one second. You going to work, Marissa? Till about noon? All right. Sorry about that. Got to talk to my daughter when I can talk to my daughter. So, she's a busy girl. So I got to talk to my daughter when I can talk to my daughter. So, but yeah, Bitcoin seems to struggle right around the $62,000 mark, and we haven't been up to 61 in about a week or so. So this is a great move for Bitcoin. Good inflows, as you guys can see over here. In the after hours, definitely starting to see some positive inflows into Bitcoin right now. So we'll see what happens once Powell speaks. It's a big speech today. He's got to be dovish. He's got to really lay out a case that interest rates are going to get cut and that we're on the right path here in the United States. If he does, you'll see this thing go. You'll see the whole market go. Ethereum sitting at $2,668 right now. Right now, we'll see what Ethereum is actually starting to perform a little bit better than what I thought. It's actually outperforming Bitcoin at this point. Ethereum was kind of suppressed, and we talked about it here on this channel when the ETFs came out. It seemed like Ethereum was really getting suppressed by the big money, and maybe they're starting to release a little bit of that stranglehold on there now. What time does Powell speaks? Right around I think this afternoon sometime. I think it's this afternoon. So big speech for him today, though. Big speech for the markets in general, crypto, stock market, everything. We're there. I think everybody's going to react to that speech, but you got to be careful because every time Powell speaks, you see an initial gut shot reaction, and then the markets usually settle in after the gut shot reaction. Either that gut shot reaction is going to be straight up or it's going to be straight down, and then the markets settle in. So don't react when he first starts trading. Don't react because when he first starts speaking, you're going to get that initial reaction, and then everything settles in. What's up, Big Watts dude? What's up, dog? What's up, my dog? But yeah, so definitely Bitcoin and Ethereum definitely performing well right now. Like I said, 62,000 is Bitcoin's price, right? We got to break that 62,000 mark, and it just seems to get smacked in the face every time it gets there. And get smacked back down, and we'll see if we can break that. I'm hoping we can break that this weekend. We got BNB doing well too, but you see Ethereum's outperforming all these guys, Bitcoin, BNB, all that. So even Solana, Ethereum's outperforming Solana right now, which usually Solana's usually a runner. It's been a runner over Ethereum, but today Ethereum's actually outperforming them. Oh man, thank God it's Friday, Junior. I'm telling you, thank God it's Friday. XRP holding on to that 59.60 cent level. Let's just call it 60 cents. Let's not split hairs here. It's at 59.91. Not bad. Definitely down on the day, down on the hour. It's XRP's hanging on to that 60 cent mark. That's a good spot for XRP to be hanging out right around that 60 cent mark. We need they had a big partnership with American Express the other day. I think that partnership will will really start to show some positive movement for XRP. Hopefully, if they can get American Express on the blockchain, get American Express moving. American Express is not an easy person to do a partnership with, and they are absolutely global. They're absolutely a huge company. So we'll see, but they got to get them on a blockchain. They got to get them on a blockchain. What's going on? Good morning. But they got to get them on the blockchain, and they got to get them moving. So we'll see where that partnership goes. But it's hanging on right now. It's hanging on. Dogecoin's doing well. Cardano's got a big, huge upgrade coming, guys. Cardano is one of these ones we keep saying when they start to really open up this blockchain and let it operate to its full capacity, that Cardano's going to be a runner, right? Cardano's going to be one of these ones that really, I think can take off. You got to remember that blockchain that they're operating now, they're operating at about 1/8 of what it's capable of. And they're getting ready to fork this thing over and really make this thing move from all the reports. So Cardano could be a mover here. Cardano could be one of these ones that are slow, could have a big push to the upside. You see the chart. You see this micro chart here. You see the big push to the upside, right? And that's all about that new fork that's coming. Yo, I tell you, man, we talked about that here. We talked about that, Selmo. We talked about that launch pad. We talked about Tron. We talked about them guys launching that launch pad. We talked about the volume that could possibly come in over there. And when we were talking about it, Tron was sitting at 13 cents. Tron's at 15.5 right now. When we talked about it was at 13. It got as high as 16. And I'll tell you, any blockchain, it's about volume, right? And they're pushing the memes through that new launch pad that they have over there. So, where Tron can go, we're gonna find out. But they definitely are setting themselves up to be a player here. They're definitely setting themselves up to be a player here in this meme coin realm because, Justin Sun's got connections that a lot of other people just sleep on, right? I mean, let's face it. He owns HTX and he owns the majority of Poloniex, right? So these tokens that really take off of the blockchain and really start the Tron blockchain and really start to do a good volume and meet market caps that basically he himself deems appropriate, he's going to list them. And that's huge. That's huge. People sleeping on that, man. And you can't sleep on that. We talk about centralized exchanges here all the time and how important they are for meme coins. You can't sleep on that, man. So this thing, I mean, you had a 3-cent come up just as they started to release that launch pad, and it's relatively new. It's a relatively new launch pad. So we'll see. We'll see if it keeps gaining steam. You know how degens are. They're in and out. They go where the money is, right? They go where the money is. So if the money's on Tron, your degens are going to be on Tron. If the money's on Solana, your degens are going to be on Solana. If your money's on Base, the degens are going to be on Base. It's just that simple. They go where the money is. And at the end of the day, you're trading meme coins. Can you blame them? So I think he's going to be big watch. I think Powell's going to come out. He's going to be real dovish today. He's going to set up these rate cuts, right? He's going to set up these rate cuts starting in September. I think you're going to get a series of 25 basis point rate cuts back to back to back from now to the end of the year. I don't think you're going to get a 50%, 50 basis point cut in September. Could be wrong. The United States is behind on cutting rates. Like we said earlier, other countries have been cutting them a lot earlier. So you may get a 50, but I don't think so. I think you're going to get a series of 25 basis points. I think he's going to be real dovish. I think he's going to start to set the tone for these rate cuts in Jackson Hole. He has to. He has to set the tone. He has to. He has to really come off in a dovish manner, and I think he will today. And I think that will send the markets. I think that's going to send the stock market, and it's also going to send the crypto market if he can pull it off, right? I think he's going to do okay today. Obviously, he can't promise a rate cut in September, so you're not going to hear that from him. He can't do that, but he can definitely start to set the tone. That's right, Junior. I always forget that. Hit that like button, hit that share button, guys. Put us out in the old algorithm. I see there's 42 people actually watching between YouTube and X. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that share button, put us out there. Justin Sun, you're right, Al. Justin Sun may be pumping some of these tokens, but where money to be made is money to be made, right? And that's where the degens are going to hang out. That's where the degens are going to hang out. It's just yeah, 42 is damn good. It is damn good. I'll take it. So we talked about Avalanche for a while, guys. So Avalanche sitting at $26 right now, right? So when did we start talking about Avalanche during this downturn? $19, right? So thank you, Junior. Thank you, brother. So we started talking about Avalanche at $19 during this last downturn. It's sitting at 26.04 right now. Avalanche's been on a monster run probably for the past 2 days, up 11.6%, right? We've been talking about this. Selmo, you know, Selmo, Big Watch, you might know too. We were talking about this at $19. I couldn't believe that it was back down to $19. We kept. I was basically standing on the table saying Avalanche. Anything under $40 is a bargain. But we're buying this thing just a couple weeks ago at $19, sitting at $26.04 right now. That's a big come up, guys. So as you guys can see, Avalanche is going to be okay. Avalanche is one of these blockchains. I'm telling you, it's another one that you're not going to see a crap ton of meme coins come off of Avalanche, but what you'll see is a lot of real world assets come off of Avalanche, right? They're already starting to work with the DMVs. They're already starting to do these things. You're going to see a lot of RWA projects come off of Avalanche, and this is what's driving this price. You notice you don't see a ton of meme coins saying, oh, we're launching on Avalanche, but what you see is a lot of real world assets, a lot of real world utility going over to Avalanche, and Avalanche is doing its thing. Look at that come up, man. Look at that come up just over the week, 27.3%. We've been talking about this. I've been standing on the table telling you guys Avalanche, without telling you guys to buy Avalanche. Telling you guys, man, Avalanche, anything under 40 is a bargain. Getting down here to Chainlink, got $11.64. Chainlink has definitely had a nice little come up over the past couple days, up about 2.8%. Chainlink is probably in my opinion, one of the most undervalued assets in this top 15 right now. I just think that once this thing is fully rolled out, people really understand what Chainlink's going to do, and Chainlink needs to help Chainlink. They were talking about going to the single-use gas token. We talked about it on here for a long time. They need to get there. In order for this thing really to break through all-time highs, that's what needs to happen. They need to get to that single-use gas token, and they need to quit playing around with that and just go ahead and get there. Polkadot kind of hanging out here at $4.73. Not doing a whole hell of a lot. I own a lot of Polkadot. We'll see what's going to happen here with Polkadot. I know Polkadot and Cardano are teaming up for a fork here. So we'll see what happens when Polkadot rolls out Polkadot 2.0. That's kind of what everybody's waiting for. We'll see what's up with this, but right now they're just actually underperforming the market in the top 15. They're underperforming, and I own a lot of Polkadot, so I hate to see them guys underperform because that means my bags are underperforming. But we got to keep it real here, and they're underperforming the market. Got Polygon back up in the 50-cent mark. You guys know how I feel about Polygon. Enough said there. If you hold it, good luck. You know, Caspa is actually dropping down these charts, guys. We were talking about Caspa moving up these charts. Caspa is actually dropping down, but it's not for anything that Caspa is doing. It's still sitting at 16 cents right now, up about 1.2%. Uniswap and Litecoin and Nearcoin has just absolutely been on a massive run. You look at Nearcoin up 7.4%. That's a big jump, 24 hours, right? Litecoin, you know, Litecoin was right there with Caspa as far as market cap, and so wasn't Uniswap. So these guys are just going to start trading positions back and forth probably throughout the whole weekend. But Caspa's up 1.3%, up to 16 cents. Caspa's going to break that top 15. It's just a matter of time, right? It's just a matter of time. You got Internet Computer up 4.5%. Internet Computer's got life, guys. We got life going on in Internet Computer. Not bad at all. Pepe doing this thing up 2.2%. Doing pretty damn well. Pretty damn well. No Seiko. Yeah, where the hell is Seiko? Must have had a late night last night. Him and Nancy of watching the DNC. So, yo, how about Stellar? When I woke up this morning, the Stellar was at 10 cents. So it's starting to pull back a little bit. Only up 1% on the day. Down on the hour, man. But getting back up to 10 cents is a big deal for Stellar. And it's starting to show life. Stellar starting to show some life. It's starting to show some positive movement. So definitely love to hear that. Arbitrage, you know, so yeah, we like to see Stellar showing some life there. I really like that. Kronos just hanging on, man. I need Crow to do something, man. We definitely need Crow to do something. So definitely Crow just kind of hanging, man. It's just kind of trading sideways, waiting for that next move to the upside. It's just kind of hanging out, man. Definitely need that. Crow's got so much potential, but their blockchain is just holding them back, man. Kronos chain hasn't released anything of any significance in a long time. Getting over here to the meme coins, we still got Dogecoin sitting at 1, SHIB sitting at 2, Pepe sitting at 3. Doge and SHIB are definitely down today. Pepe looks like it's showing some life this morning. You got Dog with Hat is down too. Meme coins seem to be down today. Bonk is down as well. It looks like the majority of money is flowing into the altcoins today, not necessarily into the meme coins yet. You got Brett down, guys. Brett had a nice run up. Crow is a sleeping giant. The problem is it needs to wake up. It needs to wake up, Junior. It needs to wake up. Like, it really does, man. Crow needs to wake up. That's the problem. It's been sleeping, man. It's been sleeping. So when we look at these meme coins here, guys, it really looks like the money is really flowing into the altcoins today and not necessarily the meme coins. Which you're gonna have days like this, right? You're gonna have days where it's altcoin time, and then it's not necessarily meme coin times. But this Pepe coin or whatever it is, PP Pepe, it's up 15.6%. So that's had a good run. Just kind of plucking down through these meme coins to see what's what here. But not a lot of big movement. You have the MAGA coin, obviously the Trump coin is up 6.2%. It is election time, so we're going to see some of these election tokens really run. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on with these, but definitely money is flowing out of meme coins right now, and it looks like it's flowing into the altcoins this morning, at least. Pepe being the only one in the top, one of the only ones in the top 10 that's putting on a green candle over the hour. So definitely looking looking like it's altcoin day. Bitcoin IBIT flows. It looks like they're staying pretty stable this morning. Coming over here to the bubble maps, guys. The bubble charts over here, they look exactly about what we just talked about. The daily looks really good. Bitcoin looks just dropped under 61,000. So it's definitely starting to pull back a little bit this morning. We'll see what happens. 61.8. See if we can regain that. Where's Miggles? We'll get there. We'll get to Miggles in a minute. We'll go over the DeFi charts in a minute. But definitely Bitcoin lost 61,000. We'll see if it can regain that over the morning. The hourly bubbles, they're definitely starting to fill in red, guys. So we'll monitor this throughout the morning as we start talking, but we'll see. Yeah, the bubbles are definitely dancing around. Bubbles. So what we got going on over here for news? Bitcoin top 61K ahead of Jackson Hole speech. This is the big news today, guys. Powell's going to speak at Jackson Hole. This is going to drive the market right here. He's got to be dovish. He's got to lay out a course of action, or somewhat of a course of action, as much as he possibly can today, because that's going to drive the markets, right? And then, but here's something that I think is something that we talk about a lot here on the channel, but other people are starting to talk about it. So it's starting to really take fruition here. You know, DeFi summer is making a comeback, and it really is. But what you see is a lot of the analysts now are starting to kick back that bull run, not to 2024, but to the first half of 2025. We've been talking about this here for months. I don't think you're going to get much. I think we'll get a push up at the end of 2024. That November, December, time frame right there. October is usually a pretty good month for crypto. October, November, I think we'll get a push up, but I don't think we're going to see any type of real push up until 2025. I think that everything that's happening has kind of pushed that back. And now you start to see some of the analysts come out and say that as well. You look at that first half of 2025 as being the year. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, you guys, during this bull run, you guys better cash out. And we'll get into a little bit of that here in a minute. You better cash out, because if you don't, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be in trouble. I don't care who's elected president. If you don't cash out, you're going to be in trouble. Because they're both gonna fuck the system. It's Summers, yo. What's up, brother? What's up? Neither one of their policies are gonna help the financial system. And it's a shame, but we'll talk about that in a minute. I'll go on a rant, but let's go ahead. Let's get over here to the DeFi side. Look at Neroni. Neroni continues to gain ground here over this pullback. Yesterday, Ken, we were talking about this. This is at 15 cents. Went from 14 to 15. Now it's back up to 16 cents. Neroni continues slowly starting to grind its way out of the hole it was in. Slowly starting to grind. Definitely has a long way to go to get back up to where it was at its all-time high, which was roughly about $1.80 something. Definitely has a long way to go to get back there, but it's starting to grind out of that hole a little bit. So yeah, Ken, you got to cash out. I told you guys my plan. Bitcoin hits 130K. I'm selling everything except for Bitcoin. I have Bitcoin and Ethereum long-term holds. Literally long-term holds. I mean, we're talking years from now that I'll probably sell off on my Bitcoin, and a certain amount of Ethereum. But if Bitcoin gets to 130, I'm emptying my bags. I'm telling you, I'm not going to be left holding the bag during this bull run. I'm not. I went through that last bull run. I ended up holding a bag on a couple of projects because I thought for sure, oh, we're going to go higher. We're going to go higher. I'm not holding the bag this bull run at 130. At 130, you know, a Bitcoin, I'm dumping. I'm clearing bags. And when I say I'm clearing bags, like I'm clearing bags, dust and all. We got Tim's. You guys know we like Tim's sitting at 767.4K right now. Struggling to get back up to that $1 million market cap. I think it'll get there. I think it's just a matter of time. It'll get there. Tim's isn't going nowhere. The volume is still amazing on this particular project, sitting at 71.9K. The volume is continually you know, starting to come in. So we like that. Yes, yo, that's how we learn, Ken. We learn from the school of hard knocks. What's up, Heat? How are you, brother? How are you, TGIF? Yo, TGIF. I need to cash out, sir. I'm cashing out. I'm telling you guys right now, 130K Bitcoin, I'm cashing out. I'm cashing it out, man. Everything. Emptying bags, man. Everything that we talk about that we hold, I'm emptying it. Except for Bitcoin and the long-term Ethereum that I have. I am literally emptying everything else. It's you know, and if Bitcoin, you know, the market continues to go up and Bitcoin decides to go to 140, 150, I'm not even going to be mad about it. I don't even care. It doesn't matter. What I won't do is hold the bag this bull run. I will not hold the bag. I suggest you guys don't hold the bag either, and I'll tell you guys why in a minute. We got Jasmine over here making a nice little run. I put a quick Jasmine video out this morning just about where I think it can go here. If Jasmine can get past, looking at the Jasmine chart right here, if it can get past 2.223, there's not a lot of liquidity. There's not a lot of resistance on its way back up to 3 cents. So I think if the market continues to be strong and Jasmine can break out of this 2.223 level, we are getting definitely 3 cents is definitely incoming pretty quickly, actually, because when you look at this chart, and this is the daily chart here, there's not a lot of resistance here. You're hitting your last resistance right here, which is 2.343, right? That's it. That's why I said that 2.223 level. If it can break out of there, there's nothing holding it back from that 3 cents level. There's nothing. There's really not a lot, right? By the time you get here, you're up to about 3 cents. There's not a lot of liquidity holding that back. So Jasmine's in a really good place right now. If the market can continue to move to the upside, Jasmine's in a really good place to regain that 3 cents, and really start to make that move to the upside. So, Daddy Coin, man, Daddy Coin kind of suffered this downturn and this lack of volume on these blockchains. I think it's going to come back. I think it's going to be fine, but there needs to be more volume over here in order for Daddy to really pick up. Definitely, but it's definitely been a casualty of this downturn. Sitting at 50 cents right now, 53 cents. So definitely got to pick up. Oh, we didn't want that one. Brett's doing his thing, guys. 9 cents, 9.3. We know that Brett got listed on Binance's future trading platform, which is absolutely phenomenal for Brett. You see the volume start to pick up from that, guys. We see the 24-hour volume start to pick up. These futures, these longs and shorts future platform always picks up volume for these projects. We've seen that in Pepe, right? when Pepe got listed on Coinbase's future site, the volume really started to pick up. Now we're starting to see the same thing with Brett over there on Binance's futures, looking at 20K in 24-hour volume, which is up significantly from where it was. And then that obviously drives price action, right? So don't be surprised if you see Brett over the weekend. If the market continues, these are all based on market conditions, right? But if market conditions continue to stay positive, don't be surprised if you see Brett sitting at 10 cents over the weekend. Yeah, what I'll do is right around 100, right around 130, I'll start emptying bags. And then, usually, you got 7 weeks, right? A typical real bull market is going to last about 7 weeks before you start to see somewhat of a downturn into that. And I'll buy back into that downturn. But what I'll really do is I'll really keep a lot of money sitting on the sidelines, and I'll really wait for that bear market to kick in, because usually all of your altcoins retrace about 70 to 80% during a bear market. So I'll wait for that 70 to 80% decline off of the all-time highs, and I'll really start to really buy back in. Lazy Shaman, they still doing their show over there? All right, Junior, man, have a good one. TGIF, brother. TGIF. Yeah, big. I haven't tuned into that show in a long time, Big Watch. But yo, I think Brett's gonna be just fine. Got Turbo. Turbo's making a nice move to the upside as well. I think that this is gonna be a nice meme play in the bull run as well. Turbo's been around for a little while, so it's actually established. And you guys know we own some of that. We own a lot of that. Turbo. What the Fox, guys? This is one that we looked at on Wednesday. I really like this project. Sitting at 25K right now. I like this project over here on base. It's holding strong, guys. When we looked at this on Wednesday, it was 23K. So it's added another 2K to its market cap. Only at 178 holders. Doing about not a ton of 24-hour volume, but what's happening over here right now, and this, when you get into some of these lower market cap plays like this, what you're looking for is, can it hold the floor, right? Can it hold the floor, right? And that's important because that means that they have holders over there that are holding the floor and they're not selling off on the project. And this is what it looks like what the Foxes got going on right now. Is it looks like they got some holders over there that are holding that floor, ready for that push to the upside. So it definitely, I like this project right here. I do have some money in this project right here. I like this project. I think it's going to move. I think it's good. It doesn't take a lot to move, right? It doesn't take a lot to move with the Fox. But the reason oh, Pow. It's Summers, man. It's nice to have you back, man. It's nice to have you back, man. Zoom. Send me the contract address. If that's a token, someone send me his contract address. But what I like about these projects that sit at like 25K, 50K, 100K is what I like about them is it doesn't take a lot to move them, right? One way or the other. It doesn't take a lot to move them. And what the Fox, like I said, I've been in their TG strong. Community seems to be strong. So I think this has got a positive push to the upside. It's over there on the base chain, so it doesn't cost a lot to trade over there. So I put some money in there. I'm probably going to put a video out about this because you guys know I put base chain videos out all the time. So this will probably be one that makes the video. It's just I think there's a big move to the upside of over here. You get to a 50K market cap, that's a 2x. That's nothing. A couple buys will send you up to a 50K market cap, and then you just doubled up. So it's one of the reasons why I like these low market caps, but make sure that you're only playing around with a little bit of money in these low market caps. But What the Fox is definitely one to look at over there on the base chain. If you're looking for a project that's probably going to run up a little bit. Punke sitting at 33 cents, just kind of hanging out at 33 cents. Trying to find my boy Miggles here on this chart. It's got to be in the red somewhere. Crash is just hanging on. You guys know I love Crash over there on the base chain. Love Crash. Bonk hanging on as well. Sitting around this 1.8. Look like it took a little bit. It's just building. It's just building right here. Watch out for Bonk, because every time Bonk starts to just build this support level right here, Bonk usually has a nice run to the upside once it breaks out. It's usually Bonk's pattern. If you go back and you look at the patterns, it's always a build up and then a run out. It's always a build up and a breakout. So put that on rinse and repeat for Bonk. So I'm expecting a breakout here of Bonk here pretty soon, probably back up to this 2.3 level, somewhere up in there. I'm expecting that breakout. We got my boy Miggles over here. I love Miggles, man. I think that this project right here is one that I'm really, really high on. Sitting at 34.3 million right now. I'm just really high on this project for a low market cap. What's up, Mason? Good morning, brother. Good morning. I need to learn patience. I got it on on H. H's first day. Yeah, you got it. Here, Mason, here's how I play these things, right? I play these how I play these meme coins, especially these low market cap meme coins. What I do is if I go in, right? Let's say I go in on a meme coin. Let's say go back up to What the Fox. Let's say you get into What the Fox at 25K, right? If it hits 50K, that's a double up. I'm automatically taking my initial investment out at that double, right? Now I'm riding pure profit. And if I decide to put more money into the project, let's say it drops down to 30K, and I say, you know what, I'm going to drop a little bit more money into this project and hit the run up again, right? Well, now I'm taking that initial investment out at 60K, right? And people hate to hear this, because then it's all about, oh my God, you're selling on a project. No, I'm taking my money back out, right? So I'll take that initial investment out at 60K, and then rinse and repeat. And then every time I do that, I'm just running on profit, right? So once you start to run on profit, then it doesn't matter what the project does, right? The project can go to a 10x, the project could go to a 5x, the project could go to a 2x. You're always running on profit. And as quick as you can get to profit in any project, I don't care what it is, the better off you are. You have to be able to get to profit. And you can't get left holding the bag, right? That's the key. Is just don't, as long as you get your initial investment out, you're never left holding the bag. Never. You're never left holding the bag. And that's where you want to get to. Yeah. I think Bonk will be dropped to them new Solana holders. Big watch. It'll happen. They did it last time. They'll do it again. Bonk's a key to that whole Solana ecosystem. Bonk is what really sent Solana into the meme coin realm. So, Bonk is the key. Bonk is the key to Solana's meme coin success. I don't, whatever anybody says, Bonk's always going to play a role. A lot of people don't, Summers. A lot of people are straight blue chips, man. But you can't hold the bag, right? You can't hold the bag. That's the problem. Is you can never get left holding the bag. Unless the project absolutely rugs or goes down, then that's just a loss, right? But the minute you get a chance to get a double up and get your initial out, you got to take your initial out because you just never know the true intent, right? You never know the true intent of some of these devs. I love BlackRock. I think BlackRock has got cryptocurrency's best interest in mind. Obviously, they got BlackRock's best interest in mind, right? They're going to do what they're going to do. But I think that BlackRock is really putting a lot of money behind blockchain development as far as real world assets, ETFs, all that stuff. I think they're really putting their money behind that, and you gotta love it when one of the biggest, the richest investment firm in the world, not only in the United States, is really backing BlackRock. I think that and as long as you get BlackRock and Fidelity and all them guys to back blockchain, you're going to silence the people like Elizabeth Warren and them guys to a point because they're not going to want to mess around with big money. 37, what's going on, my brother? Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? How are you? But yeah, I think as long as you got BlackRock and everybody else in the fold, it's gonna keep a lot of them politicians at bay. Because they're not gonna want to mess around with big money. They're just not gonna. So we talked about Bro on Wednesday, a meme coin. This one absolutely just took a shit dive. You know, it ran all the way up. If you were in it and you were watching it and it ran all the way up and you took your profits, you were loving it. But this thing absolutely took a shit dive down to 24K. It just took a shit. So, you win some, you lose some, right? We got into this one. Like I said, if you were in it and you were watching it, you absolutely made some money. But if you weren't watching it and you didn't get out on the run up, yeah, you took it. You're down. You're losing right now. So definitely like where we're headed. I like where the market's headed right now. Tell you the truth, we're hanging on, and that's what's important. That's what's important is we're hanging on, and you see that market cap slowly start to go up. 3470 on the IBIT, on 3462 on after hours of the IBIT. It's coming up from the close of the last of yesterday. Still on the plus side of that close, which is good. It's really good. Bitcoin sitting. It's dropping this morning. It's coming down. It's coming down right now. But of course, we talk about this all the time. You had the Asian markets who pumped Bitcoin up, right? And then you have the European markets who seem to want to keep it going. And then now you have the American markets that are waking up and looking at their wallets, and they can't freaking hold. They can't hold. Us Americans are greedy son of bitches. We can't hold nothing. But the Asian markets what pumped us up last night. We can't hold nothing. We're greedy, man. We see $2 and we think we gotta take it. You're greedy, man. But definitely the market cap sitting at 2.16 trillion. We lost about $1 billion in less than an hour. We lost about $1 billion in less than an hour out of this market. So, oh boy, what the hell's the morning got going on for us? Why are we losing? Why are we stepping backwards this morning? So something we got to really pay attention to going into this Jackson Hole speech. We lost about $1 billion over an hour. We started streaming, it was about 2.17 trillion. So definitely not good. Definitely not where we wanted it to be before the opening of the United States markets. But the Asian markets did us well, and American markets just crapped on them so far. So far, they just crapped on them, man. So we'll see. We'll see if we can regain that. See if we can regain that. Where's AVAX at? You guys know I'm watching my AVAX because you guys know we were buying at $19 just a couple weeks ago, 2607. 2607, holding on. Come on. I want to see that $40. I want to see that $40 AVAX. But $40 AVAX coming on in, baby. Coming on in. Check out Gotti. I checked out Gotti. It's Summers. I checked out Gotti. Gotti's been around for a little while. I looked at Gotti. I've been in Gotti. I've been out of Gotti. Been in Gotti, out of Gotti. It's just one of them ones. Like I said, don't I don't diamond hand anything anymore. So like I said, I made some money off of Gotti. I'll relook at it. I didn't like he's when you start giving away tokens at the rate that he was giving away tokens, it kind of scares me a little bit because the dump's coming at some point. The dump's coming at some point. Yeah. So the market itself, it's just, man, it's we're losing steam this morning, guys. We're losing. We're headed backwards a little bit. But that's all right because we're getting ready for the push-up after this Jackson Hole speech. I truly believe that. I truly believe that the markets will react to this, and they'll react to it in a positive way. But one of the keys here, guys, is this whole thing with this bull run, right? And you start to see these analysts start to push this thing back to the first half of next year, right? We've talked about this here forever. I thought it was going to get pushed back. And I'm still looking at that first half of 2025 as being a big market mover for crypto. And it looks like the analysts are coming out and starting to come around. Nobody wanted to let go of the end of 2024. And I let it go a while ago. I think we'll get a push up. I think we'll be fine. I think you'll probably see Bitcoin sitting around 65K by the end of the year. But is that really a push up? We're at 72. Is that really a push up? We're still recovering from the big push down. We're still recovering. Bitcoin, since its all-time high, has been on a steady staircase to down. The same with Ethereum. Has been on a steady move down. So you gotta know we're still recovering, which is a great thing because it allows us to come into some of these bigger altcoins and really get some great positions at a great price. But no doubt, guys, we are in a recovery mode. Yeah, I think we're gonna push up. I just don't think, you got to put it in a perspective, right? A push up from what, right? A push up from what? Middle of the night is always a great time to trade crypto because the overseas markets are trading. Hold on a second. I'll pull that up. Hold on a minute. I gotta pull it up over here. I almost typed Ali's typing long messages, so it must be something going on. Well, how many of these you got? I can't. That contract address, I can't copy it from here. I can't copy contract addresses from here. That's the problem. From StreamYard. So let me see if I can find this for you. Let me see if this is the one. Let me see if this is the one, Ali. Damn, Ali, that's a long ass message, man. I wish I could just copy and paste the contract address from here, but it doesn't work like that. Is this it? Is this it, L? No, that's not it then. That's not it. So I can't copy it. I got to be able to copy and paste that address. So let's jack myself up. So I got to be able to copy and paste that address. So we'll look at it. We'll look at it next time. We'll look at it next time. I wish StreamYard would just let me copy that, but it won't let me. That's not it. We'll try. I'm trying to find it. There's so many. There's so many with that ticker. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to find this. There's just way too many with the same ticker, and I can't take the contract address from here. I can't. And I know you messaged it to me, but Damn, that thing's on a rocket too. I know you messaged it to me too, but I can't bring it up. Yeah, it's just not gonna let me. There's just too many, and by the time I find it, it'd be 9 o'clock. All right, guys. So we're gonna get out of here today because I gotta go do payroll. We'll bring that one up here in a minute. But if you guys can copy that contract address from the chat. I can't. Copy that contract address. That thing's on a rocket ship. The thing is definitely on a rocket ship. You guys copy it. You go paste it into Dex Tools, and if you want to get in. I can't copy it from StreamYard. It doesn't let me copy messages. So wish I could, and then I'd bring it up, but it won't let me. But yeah, that thing is definitely on a rocket ship. From what I can see on my phone, it's definitely on a rocket ship. So go ahead, check it out. Man, wish I would have gotten into that one a little bit earlier. But yo, check that out, man. That's a good one. But yo, TGIF, everybody. I'm gonna leave you guys with this, man. Have an exit plan for crypto in 2000. Have an exit plan, because right now it looks like, and we don't really get into a lot of political stuff on here, but we're gonna do this today. Right now it looks like we're screwed either way. It's just a matter of whether you want it from the front or behind. Because you're gonna have, if Trump gets elected, you're gonna have a bunch of taxes on tariffs and stuff like that, which is going to drive up taxes on middle classes, which is going to drive up tax on middle class, which is going to drive up tax on everybody else, which ultimately means that there's less money to spend inside of these markets, right? And so that's just not good. It's going to drive up the national debt as well. And then if you have Kamala get elected, this is dangerous. This is dangerous territory that we're walking in right now, because they're talking about a 44 to 45% capital gains tax, which means every time you make money, you're going to be taxed at 44% federally, right? If you live in a state with state taxes, bump that up to 50%, right? So think about your 401k, right? And if you have a 401k, you have a 401k match. Basically, they're taking your whole employer's match and taking that in taxes. So really, you're losing 50% of your total investment, right? Everything that your employer matches you, basically, you're going to be paying out in taxes, which is very, very dangerous. I don't understand how that helps at all. But even when it comes to crypto, you're paying a 44% capital gains tax, which means as soon as you invest in a project, you're never even in the red until you're 44% up. So yeah, it's crazy. I think the best thing that we can hope for right now coming into November, and I think that this will send the markets more than anything. I think if Trump gets elected, the markets aren't really going to send. I think if Kamala gets elected, the markets really aren't going to send. I think what's going to send these markets in the United States election is I don't care if Trump wins, Kamala wins. I think you need a split house, right? You need a split. If the Democrats win the presidency, you need a Republican House and majority. If the Republicans win the presidency, you need a Democratic House and majority, because at the end of the day, that's the only thing that's going to make everything go basically flat. Nothing's going to happen. So at this point, I think the best thing that we can look for here in the United States come November is absolutely for nothing to happen, to go ahead and split the presidency, split the House and Representatives. In that way, just nothing moves. And nobody's talking about lowering the national debt, which means it doesn't matter what happens, they're just going to add to the debt, and we're going to be in the same situation. 2 years, 3 years from now, we're going to be right back here in the same situation. You're gonna right cheek. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Selma. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just a matter. You know, you're gonna get screwed. It's just a matter of how you want it, right? How do you want it? You know, how do you want to take it? And you know, I think that's the best that can happen. There was hope. There was hope. You know what I mean? I had hope that this thing was going to turn around, and we're going to elect some people that really were really going to turn this thing around. Neither one of their policies are going to turn this thing around. They're both going to hurt. So if we can get a split, then we know what happens when you have a split between the presidency and the House and the Senate. Nothing moves, right? Nothing moves, nothing happens. And the markets like that. The markets absolutely love a split. And that's what about the best that we can hope for here in the United States is an absolute split. When yesterday, when it was released that there was that they're proposing a 44% tax on capital gains, that's not good. That's not good. That's 44% on your 401k. That's 44% on anything that you make. And if you live in, like I said, if you live in a state that has a state tax, you got to throw a state tax on top of that. So now you're looking at 50%. 50% of all your gains you're going to be paying for in taxes. I try to break it down simple as a 401k. Just think about your 401k, right? And basically everything your employer matches you're paying in taxes. So you're not gaining anything, right? That I don't understand how that sets anybody up for success in retirement, right? It literally keeps you working until you're about 80 or 90 years old because you're not going to be able to be, afford to be retired. Same with crypto. Any gains you make is 50%. And then, you got Trump with these tariffs and taxes and things like that. And blah, blah, blah. The thing about it is the more tax you put on people, the higher the price goes, right? For that particular thing. Because the companies aren't going to they're not going to take the hit on the tax. They're going to raise the rate of what you pay for the product in order to offset the taxes. And the story goes on and continues, right? So everything's just going to cost more. Which doesn't allow people to have discretionary money to be able to spend in the markets, which ultimately leads you to a situation where you now have less money in the markets, which means you're making less money because you're in the market, right? So that's why I'm telling you guys, don't get caught holding the bag after this bull run. Don't get caught holding the bag, because what you're going to want this bull market to kick off before any of this stuff is actually put into action. You're going to want this bull market to kick off. You're going to want to be able to cash out so that you don't become a casualty of what's about to happen. You don't want to become a casualty of the system. And basically that's what's going to happen, is we're starting to become a casualty of the system if we don't cash out. So you got to cash out. Doesn't matter who's elected. This bull run, you have got to secure the bag, because if you don't, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be in trouble. And that's why I keep saying at 130, I'm selling out, because I'm securing my bag, but at the same time, I see what's coming our way. And you got to be able to cut that off. But with that being said, I think that decentralization is going to pick up as well, because a lot of people are going to be skirting these taxes. A lot of people are going to be skirting around these things. So decentralization is going to become more and more important. A lot of people are going to be making a lot of money in the decentralized space, and they're going to keep it in the decentralized space to skirt around a lot of this nonsense that's happening. And that's a good thing for DeFi. It's a good thing for the blockchain. It's a good thing for crypto. But at the same time, you have to off-ramp somewhere. At some point, you have to off-ramp. I think you're going to see people start to off-ramp in a very small chunks and only what they need after all this happens. So have an exit plan, guys. Have an exit plan, because it's not looking good. Unless we get a split government, it's not looking good. So you gotta You gotta understand that. You gotta understand what's coming your way. You gotta look at it from a realistic point of view. You gotta look at it from a objective point of view. Not a Republican, not a Democrat. I'm an independent, so I can look at it from both sides. I never pull party line on anything. Um, but definitely neither one of these financial plans are beneficial to middle class people. Neither one of them. I was kind of hoping for a little bit better out of one of them, and we just didn't get it. So now the best you can hope for is a split government. That's the best you can hope for, so that nothing happens, because neither one of these financial plans, and I've been through them, address the national debt. And until you address the debt here in the United States, you're just spinning your wheels. Both of these plans add to the debt. They add to the debt, which means that we're going to be sitting right here on this channel 2 years from now talking about the same situation, the same song and dance, and we're going to be we're just spinning our wheels and adding to the debt. Both of these plans involve turning the money printers back on and printing more money, which is going to devalue the money that you currently have. Neither one of them are talking about cutting the debt at all. They're adding to, which is dangerous. We're in a dangerous spot when it comes to our financial system right now. We're in a dangerous spot, and it's not getting any better. It's not going to get any better. It doesn't make sense, Big Watch. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. It just does not make sense. It's a way to bring in billions and billions of dollars into the revenue stream in order to offset the billions and billions of dollars that they want to spend, right? That they want to spend to roll out more plans that we don't need. We don't need any more here in the United States. We don't need any more plans. We don't need any more taxes. We don't need any more. We don't need any more giveaways. We don't need any more of that. We don't need any more of that. What we need is for somebody to come in here and say, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to sit around the table like the average American family sits around the table. We're going to budget our money and we're going to cut down the debt. And until that happens, we're going to be sitting here talking about the same thing. I know, Summers, but yeah, until that happens, we're going to be sitting here talking about the same thing, same song and dance. It's no different than people begging for minimum wage to be increased, right? I'm all about, people making more money, blah, blah, blah. But what you don't understand is when minimum wages increase, guess what happens? Everything else goes up. Because businesses aren't taking on that increase, they're passing it on to the consumer, right? And when they pass it on to the consumer, it drives the price of everything else up. And what happens when, who doesn't get that increase in pay is the middle class, right? So the middle class ends up paying more, ends up making less, and the price of everything else goes up. And they're the ones that end up suffering the most because of these increases, because businesses aren't going to take these on. They would be dumb to take these on, right? Why would you say you're going to increase my cost and I'm not going to increase the price, right? So it doesn't make sense. With every increase, people, you're going to get an increase in the middle class. So that's kind of where I'm at. So all right, guys, I'll leave you guys with that on a Friday. Pay attention to Powell. Pay attention to what he says. Pay attention to how this speech goes when he starts talking about quantitative easing. Just understand that means that he's about to turn the money printers back on again in real people's terms. That's what that means. So pay attention to what he says. Let's see if he's dovish. Let's see if he can send these markets to where they need to be. Bitcoin's taking a pullback this morning, just a little bit. under 61,000. Let's see where it heads this morning. The Asian markets set us up for success. The Americans markets woke up and decided to poop on them. And here we are. Let's see if we can get this thing back up to 61K. And what time's the speech, Big Watch? I think it's this afternoon, brother. I'm not sure exactly what time he's going to come on, but I think it's in the PM. It's in the early afternoon. So let's see if we can't get this thing moving this morning. So with that, guys, you guys have a great morning. We are up out of here. Appreciate all you guys. Back at you guys on Monday. And we'll talk about what was said, and we'll look at what it did to the markets. And be safe out there. Trade safe. Take your profits. Don't get left holding the bag for anybody. And you guys have a great day. We're up out of here, man. Peace out. Y'all have a great weekend. Spend time with family. Don't forget that. Spend time with family and enjoy family. All right, guys. We out. Bye.